एगलो की আছে দাদা भाई इसमें क्या है भैया भाई इसमें क्या है আপনারা কি কোনো পলিটিক্যাল পার্টি থেকে
We are right outside the CEO's office here in Kolkata, the wing of Election Commission of India. There is model code of conduct in place because Bengal goes to polling on 23rd of April and 29th of April. And this is how the road outside CEO's office looks like. There are barricades all around. Why? Because there had been protests, demonstrations and also ugly clashes unfolding right outside the CEO's office through the day today, especially after yesterday, when Trinamool Congress National General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee, after having released some damning videos on X handle, thereafter came here, met with the CEO and reiterated his apprehension and allegation that voters who are not from Bengal are now stealthily uploaded in Bengal's voter database through Form 6 and other forms, an act which is now being executed by Election Commission of India in cahoots with BJP in order to manipulate elections and help BJP in Bengal elections 2026.
আলাদা করে সিইওর অফিসে জমা দেওয়া হচ্ছে, দোতলায় স্টোর করে রাখা রয়েছে। আমরা সেই ফর্ম 6 যেখানে পেটি করে রাখা রয়েছে তার ভিডিও তুলে আমি টুইটারে দিয়েছি, আমার এক্স হ্যান্ডেলে দিয়েছি এবং সব মিলিয়ে প্রায় 30,000 ফর্ম 6 জমা পড়েছে। নির্বাচন কমিশনের যে নিয়ম রয়েছে সেই নিয়ম অনুযায়ী যদি 30,000 ফর্ম 6 জমা পড়ে তাহলে কমপক্ষে 1500 লোককে, 1500 না, প্রায় 600 জনকে সশরীরে এই অফিসে উপস্থিত হয়ে জমা দিতে হবে। একজন যদি 50টা ফর্ম জমা দেয় তাহলে 30,000 ফর্ম হলে 600।
Trinamool Congress is alleging that on one hand, in middle of SIR, lakhs of people have been deleted. In first count, 58 lakhs, thereafter another 6 lakhs. And now people who were subjected to adjudication, many of them have not been able to make it to the final voter list. In supplementary voter list, lakhs of people have been deleted. Now, in middle of that situation of distrust, courtesy SIR, which itself is quagmired in many controversies, not only limited to Trinamool Congress, several other political parties have also been alleging manipulation through SIR, deletion of genuine voters as part of a larger manipulative act and conspiracy. In middle of all those apprehensions, now Trinamool Congress is alleging that look, on one hand they are deleting voters, on another hand they are bringing voters from outside, and through Form 6 they are now being uploaded in voter database. They have released certain videos from inside the Election Commission's office, and very strangely, after those videos came to fore, couple of officers from the CEO's office, including the Deputy CEO, have been removed. Very mysteriously, conspicuously have been removed. Election Commission of India says that they have been removed for different purpose altogether and have got no correlation between the leaks of videos which have happened so far, and it's nothing but a presumption. But let's come back to the day today. After Abhishek Banerjee had released those 2 videos, did the controversy end? Probably not. It only flared up even more. It has now snowballed to a point that there are more videos emerging from today, which is a Tuesday.
দাদা এগুলো
ফর্ম 6 কি এটা ঠিক আছে দাদা
एगलो की আছে দাদা भाई इसमें क्या है भैया
কি এটা
भाई इसमें क्या है
কথা বলছেন না কেন
क्या है इसमें दादा এটা কি আছে দাদা
इसमें क्या है भैया
দাদা এটা কি দাদা এটা কি দাদা
এটাতে কি
দাদা
আছে
এটা কি আছে এগুলো কি যাচ্ছে এই ব্যাগে বস্তা
দেখবো একটু দেখবো কেন কি আছে লোকানোর মতো কি আছে
কাগজপত্র আছে
আপনারা কি কোনো পলিটিক্যাল পার্টি থেকে
কোন পার্টি থেকে আপনারা পালিয়ে যাচ্ছেন কেন লিফটেই যান
দাদা এটা কি কাগজ
In fact, today in the morning, through the same corridor, unidentified people again could be seen walking inside with thela full of documents, bag full of documents. Now, what's there inside those documents, nobody can confirm. What we are getting as an inkling that those bags had carried Form 6 documents and other Form 7 documents. Now, what is Form 7 document? Form 7 is essentially for deletion of voters, and Form 6 is in order to upload new voters into the voter database. Now, these people who had entered through the same corridor and gone up to the CEO's office, they are still unidentified. But they were caught on camera literally walking inside with bag full of documents. As soon as that happened, Trinamool Congress workers came down and then they started sloganeering, they started alleging that these are BJP workers, and as soon as they made those allegations against BJP, BJP workers came almost as an act of dare. A showdown erupted here, and that is how tension flared up and situation now looks like this outside the CEO's office. But if you have to talk about those mysterious videos, well, nobody knows who these people are. How did they come inside? Bag full of documents, what's there in these documents? And if Election Commission is in entirety dumping them somewhere or considering them, screening them, filtering them, and considering Form 6 documents if at all there. Nonetheless, there was an Election Commission's press conference today held by CEO. A press conference which lasted for 48 minutes. And in that press conference, some very serious stuff have come out. Obviously, if you're wondering how many people have been deleted, that question I did ask. Election Commission CEO did not answer that.
How many cases have been disposed?
See, I have not opened the site today. I could not see it. I'll be able to tell you after an hour or so. I was so busy in other works. But up till yesterday or today, I think more than 45 lakhs would have been done. My estimate is that. Because 2 days ago, I saw it was 42 lakhs. So even 3 to 4 lakhs are done. I think it should be 45 lakhs plus. But exact figure I'll be able to give you, I think, after another hour or so when I get time to open it.
Out of these 80% cases which have been adjudicated, sir, how many have been deleted?
See, I don't have any figures of how many have been deleted, how many are accepted. I don't have figure assembly seat wise, I don't have that district wise. They will all come in the list on the 6th for the first phase and 9th on the second phase.
স্যার আপনারা কোনো রেকর্ড রাখেন স্যার ফর্ম 8 এ কত অ্যাপ্লিকেশন আসছে?
আমাদের কাছে কোন রেকর্ড থাকে না, আমাদের কাছে ইসিআই ডেটা সফটওয়্যারে আসে, আমাদের কাছে আমরা ওখান থেকে দেখতে পারি।
Then what else is there significant in the press conference? Their denial that they have been receiving Form 6 as part of any conspiracy. That denial was loud and clear. Coming from who? From CEO. And the CEO is saying, मेरा ऑफिस तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस है, कोई भी आ सकता है, आके जितना चाहे कागज दे सकता है, हमें कैसे मालूम होगा कौन क्या कागजात लेके आ रहे?
कि এটা একটা গভর্নমেন্ট অফিস আছে, গভর্নমেন্ট অফিসে একটা রিসিপ্ট সেকশন আছে, কোনো গভর্নমেন্ট অফিসে কোনো নিষেধ নেই। Any person can give as many documents, as many papers, as many emails, as many phone calls, as many call center detail, anything they can give. এটা আমাদের ডাক সেকশনে রিসিভ করতে হয়। There can be 1 lakh papers every day, there can be 1 paper every day, there can be 10 lakh papers every day. There is no নিষেধ। এটা যখন আসে আর আমার কাছে খবরও থাকে না as CEO या হেড অফ অফিস कि আমাকে জাসুস লাগাতে হবে, কিছু লাগাতে হবে, কত এসছে নিয়ে এসছে। এটা স্ট্রাকচার্ড গভর্নমেন্ট আছে, এটা এখানে ইচ এন্ড এভরি অফিসার ইজ বাউন্ড বাই দ্য কন্ডাক্ট রুলস। আপনার যে সার্ভিস কন্ডিশন আছে ইচ এন্ড এভরি স্টাফ অফিসার पर লাগু আছে। দিস ইজ নট আ লেজিস ফেয়ার। এখানে যেটা আছে এখানে সিস্টেম একদম বাউন্ড ডাউন আছে। আই ডোন্ট রিকোয়ার কি কোথায় কি আসছে না আসছে। আমার নিচে অফিসার আছে, আমার নিচে স্টাফ আছে। ডাক সেকশন থেকে ডিভাইড হয়ে ডিভিশন ওয়াইজ, ডিভিশনে যখন সিনিয়র অফিসার কাছে পৌঁছে যায় ওরা মাইন্ড অ্যাপ্লাই করে কি এটা যে আছে কি কি আছে নিয়ে আছে, আর তারপরে আমাকে পুট আপ করে আমাদের সঙ্গে আলোচনা করে। আমার নলেজ ছিল না কি এতটুকু ফর্ম 6 এসছে নিয়ে এসছে কি আছে নিয়ে আছে। তারপরে আমি খবর নিলাম যেটা আছে কি কিছু যেটা আছে ফর্ম 6 এসছে এখানে, যেটা কালকে গিয়ে পরে আর আজ সকালে যেটা আছে আমরা দেখলাম কি আমরা যে আছে 2 মতন আমরা পেয়েছি। এটা একটা এসছে যেটা আছে এখানে কত আছে 700 আছে, এখানে একটা বাল্ক যেটা আমি পেয়েছি ওটা 107 নওপাড়া থেকে
107
এটা গতকাল এসেছিল। এটা আজকে দেখলাম আমি, আমার নলেজ ছিল না এটা কোথায় থেকে কি এসছে নিয়ে এসছে, এটা আমার কাজও নেই। আমার 10টা সেকশন আছে এখানে 10টা সেকশন 24 ঘন্টা আমি স্ট্যাচুটরি কাজ করব অন্য কাজ করব या আমি গোটা স্টেট কে ইলেকশন দেখবো কি 24 ঘন্টা এটা দেখবো আমার অফিসে কি আসছে নিয়ে আসছে দিস ইজ নট মাই ওয়ার্ক আমি পরিষ্কার বলছি যেটা আছে কি কোন ডাক কোথায় আসছে নিয়ে আসছে এত খবর রাখে না আমার প্রয়োজন আছে না আমি খবর রেখেছি না রাখবো আপনার গভর্নমেন্ট অফিসে কোনো নেই যে আমুক ডকুমেন্ট লিখে তো আনলেস ওখানে কোনো এক্সপ্লোজিভ আছে या কোনো হ্যাজার্ডাস ম্যাটেরিয়াল আছে या কোনো প্রিভেন্টিভ ম্যাটেরিয়াল আছে নিষেধ ম্যাটেরিয়াল আছে ও ছাড়া কি আছে আসতে পারে এখানে কি আছে অফিসে
The single person can submit as many forms as he wants.
not forms as many dark as he wants
As many documents.
as many documents he can want আমাদের কোনো এখানে নেই আপনি চান আমি কালকে বললাম 10 লাখ দিয়ে একবারে দিয়ে দেবেন এরপরে কি আছে না আছে ওটা বিবেচনা করে আমরা দেখবো যে ফর্ম আছে আপনার ফর্ম 6 আছে या যেবি আছে ওটা রুলে বলা যায় কি বিএলএ দিতে পারে এক বিএলএ দিতে পারে 50-50 দিতে পারে কি দিতে পারে ওসব নিয়মে আছে ওসব দেখা যাবে এট দ্য টাইম অফ ডিসপোজাল বাট এখানে দিয়া সময় আমরা কোনো ইন্টারোগেশন করি না কোন কি দিচ্ছে না দিচ্ছে আমরা নট ভেরিফাইড লিখে আমরা ডকুমেন্ট এত পেলাম নট ভেরিফাইড নিয়ে আমরা
স্যার স্যার তার মানে ফর্ম 6 ডাইরেক্টলি সিইও অফিসে জমা দেওয়া যায় তার প্রভিশন আছে নাকি ডিইও তে দিতে হয়
কোথায় নিষেধ আছে
না
আমরা জানি না স্যার আমরা জিজ্ঞেস করছি আমরা জানি না
there's nothing known as provision or not provision
बड़ी अच्छी चीज है बिकॉज एक ऑफिस का अपना रिसीविंग डिपार्टमेंट होता है सो दे आर सेइंग देयर इज अ रिसीविंग डिपार्टमेंट एंड इन दैट रिसीविंग डिपार्टमेंट इफ somebody is coming with 10 documents somebody is coming with 10,000 documents they cannot control it in fact he started displaying 2 bundles of documents showing that these are not form 6 documents these are applications for voters to be reinstated because they have an epic number they have somehow been deleted so this is an application for reinstatement of those voters because they have got epic numbers and he also tried distinguishing that those who have epic number and if deleted either from the first slot or during the course of adjudication they do not have the right to come back to the voter database through form 6 that we found slightly contradictory because several political parties after the first draft list had come out which had shown about 58 lakh people have been deleted they had time and again said there are form 6 भरो और उसके बाद आप वापस आ जाओ अगर आपका नाम कट गया है तो आप form 6 भरो we have spoken to so many BLOs and BLOs have literally collected form 6 from those whose names have been deleted from the draft list so application of form 6 it seems like there is a huge confusion now because the CEO today says that form 6 and the job of form 6 is only and only limited to new voters. So if I'm a new voter, a fresh voter, then I will be submitting form 6. If I have to transfer from Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Gujarat or any other part of the state, I want to move base, then that's a form 8. I did ask, how many applications have you received for form 8? Answer again, no count. No count. So Election Commission CEO's office doesn't have a clear count of how many people have been deleted, doesn't have a clear count as how many applications have come under form 8, doesn't have a clear count as how many forms have been received from unidentified people and doesn't really have a segregation as how many forms they have received or documents they have received out of those documents how many of them are form 6 and form 7 and form 8 so yes the denial was clear
form 6 का असली मीनिंग क्या है फॉर्म 6 का कंफ्यूजन नहीं किया जाए यहाँ पूरा कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है एडजुडिकेशन की अपील का और जो रिजेक्ट हुए केसेस उनकी अपील का और फॉर्म 6 का फॉर्म 6 होता है आपको सब समझा देता हूँ जो नया फॉर्म जो नई बार पहली बार जो वोटर बनता है चाहे वो 18 साल का हो चाहे वो 60 साल का हो चाहे 80 साल का हो जो पूरे हिंदुस्तान में पूरे इंडिया में कहीं वोटर नहीं है प्रथम बार जब अप्लाई करता है तो फॉर्म 6 होता है एक बार आपका वोटर लिस्ट में नाम आ गया अगर आप स्थानांतरण करते हैं एक स्टेट से अन्य स्टेट पे या एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी से दूसरी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में तो आप फॉर्म 8 भरते हैं अगर किसी का नाम कटवाते हैं तो फॉर्म 7 से कटवाते हैं कोई मर गया ये हो गया तो फॉर्म 6 तो जब ही होगा आपका जब आपका जो है वोटर रोल में नाम नहीं है
An election commission CEO kept on saying मेरा क्या और कोई काम नहीं है मैं बैठ के कागज देखूं इलेक्शंस करवाना है इतने सारे काम है मुझे वो काम करना है मेरे पास और कोई काम नहीं है मैं इधर पे बैठा रहूं कौन क्या कागज दे रहा है वो देखो ये सरकारी दफ्तर है कोई भी आके कागज दे सकता है तो सरकारी दफ्तर में क्या वो लोग भी आ सकते हैं जिनके नाम काटे गए हैं जिनके पास पासपोर्ट है कागजात है उनके बावजूद उनको हटाया गया है किसी भी कारण की वजह से क्या वो आज इस इलेक्शन कमीशन के दफ्तर में आ सकते हैं इलेक्शन कमीशन के दफ्तर में कोई भी आ सकते हैं, फॉर्म जमा दे सकते हैं, लेकिन ये वही इलेक्शन कमीशन का दफ्तर है जहां पे ये नोटिस भी लगाया गया था, जहां पे जर्नलिस्ट के मूवमेंट पे भी रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगाया गया था कि हम ऐसे बिन बुलाए मेहमान की तरह ऊपर नहीं जा सकते, हमें बाहर रुकना पड़ेगा, जब बुलाया जाएगा हम जा पाएंगे। तो हमारे लिए नियम है, हमारे लिए कानून है, लेकिन सरकारी दफ्तर है, कोई भी आ सकते हैं, बैग में भर्ती भरती आप डॉक्यूमेंट्स ला सकते हैं, थैला भर भर के आप डॉक्यूमेंट्स ला सकते हैं, लेकिन जर्नलिस्ट ऊपर नहीं जा सकते। ये ऐसा एक सरकारी ऑफिस है। सो इस सरकारी ऑफिस में कितने सारे लोग कितने सारे कागजात लेके आए, और वो कागजात क्या कागजात थे किसी को नहीं मालूम। ऐसा सरकारी ऑफिस है, क्योंकि सरकारी दफ्तर में जो सरकारी ऑफिसर है उनका कहना है कि उनका सरकारी काम है इलेक्शन करवाना, और उनका सरकारी काम इलेक्शन करवाना है, इसीलिए बहुत सारी जिम्मेदारियां हैं, और इसीलिए जिनका नाम काटे गए ये उनकी जिम्मेदारी नहीं है, जिनके नाम काटे गए एडजुडिकेशन प्रोसेस में ये उनकी जिम्मेदारी है जो उनका नाम काटा, यानी जुडिशियल ऑफिसर्स। ये मामला जुडिशियल ऑफिसर्स पहुंचा कैसे? क्योंकि सरकारी ऑफिसर्स ने पहले तो मैपिंग का नियम लगाया, फिर सरकारी ऑफिसर ने नियम लगाया क्या लॉजिकल डिस्क्रिपेंसी होएगा, फिर सरकारी ऑफिसर्स ने नियम लगाया कि अगर नाम में कुछ मिसमैच हो तो आपको लाइन में खड़ा होना पड़ेगा। सो सरकारी दफ्तर से बहुत सारे नियम तो बनाए गए, लेकिन उसके बाद क्योंकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश से वो मैटर जुडिशियल ऑफिसर के पास पहुंच गया, इसीलिए इस दफ्तर के सरकारी ऑफिसर की कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है। सरकारी दफ्तर की और एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, जिनके नाम काटे जा रहे हैं उनको सही तरीके से बताना कि आपके नाम क्यों काटे जा रहे हैं। आज के तारीख में किसी को ये नहीं मालूम। मैंने ये सवाल खुद पूछा कि कितने सारे नाम हटाए गए, कितने सारे नाम हटाए गए, हाउ मेनी पीपल हैव बीन डिलीटेड। जवाब कुछ नहीं है, कि उनके पास ये आंकड़ा ही नहीं है। उनके पास ना ये आंकड़ा है कितने लोगों को जोड़े गए, ना उनके पास ये आंकड़ा है कितने लोगों को हटाए गए, उनके पास ये आंकड़ा नहीं है कितने लोगों को फिर से वापस लाया गया, लेकिन उनके पास ये आंकड़ा है कितने केसेस को डिस्पोज ऑफ किया गया है। तो यानी 70 से 80% का एप्लीकेशंस या फिर एडजुडिकेशन मैटर्स को डिस्पोज ऑफ किया गया है। दैट पार्ट ही नोज, CEO knows, but he doesn't know how many of them have been deleted. How many of them have been deleted? And the answer is only and only, I would say, obscure to say the least. Every journalist tried understanding what happens to those people who have been deleted. Will they be able to cast their vote? Well, if you have to understand my understanding, it seems like very unlikely. How is it possible? Now, the Election Commission's office is saying, that CEO's office is saying, that as far as acceptance of Form 6 for Phase 1 and Phase 2 are concerned, they are already closed. So, you cannot really go ahead and give Form 6 for this impending Bengal Election 2026. Similarly, the matters who have now been adjudicated and people who have been deleted, for redressal, they have to now go to the tribunal. Who would constitute the tribunal? The Election Commission's office along with the Calcutta High Court Chief Justice. Is there a tribunal as yet? The answer is a big no. The Election Commission's office, CEO, सरकारी officer, वो कह रहे हैं कि सरकारी काम में पैसा लगता है. Have you ever heard such an answer? So the efforts are on to form a tribunal. When this tribunal will be formed, no one knows. And the Election Commission's office, that is CEO's office, is saying that when the tribunal gets formed, people can go and apply and seek redressal. Fantastic. But nobody knows as when this tribunal would be finally formed. They are saying they have found out a place, that judges have been notified. They would sit there. And do you realize lakhs of cases now need to be disposed of at the section of tribunal, at the hands of judges who have been adjudicated and deleted. Why? Because the judicial officers have deleted so. Why did the judicial officers delete them? Because judicial officers have gone through the documents, applied their jurisprudence, relying on the feedback and also the documents as being collected by the micro-observers. Mind it were those micro-observers who were already under the scanner for their partisan role and for their bipartisan attitude. That is the reason why Supreme Court, after there had been serious objection from the state government, that the matter had gone to the judicial officers. But then judicial officers are getting assisted by micro-observers. So judicial officers are deciding independently, but relying on feedback and documents which have been considered by micro-observers while channelizing every file or while screening every application. So now who have been deleted, they have to seek redressal from the tribunal. When this tribunal will be functional, nobody knows. When does Bengal go to polling for first phase? April 23rd. How many days exactly you have in hand? Today is 31st March. So essentially, you have got 22 days in hand. While the passing observation of Justice Joymalo Bagchi during the course of hearing had been that no valid voter should be wronged and every valid voter will be having a right to come back to the voter list, even if it means one day ahead of election. But is that logically possible, technically possible? We don't know. So it seems like those who have been deleted, very unlikely that they will be able to come back to the voter list and cast their vote for Bengal Election 2026. If the redressal happens later on, they may come back as Bengal voter and they may vote in the future. But will they be able to vote in Bengal election 2026? It seems like very, very unlikely, because the CEO's office was that confident, could have jolly well said that this election will not happen without those valid voters who have been adjudicated and deleted for whatever reason. He admits there had been mistakes. I did ask, passport holding people have been deleted, and he's saying initially jab delete kiya gaya tab there had been certain discipline, the reason why they have been deleted, maybe absent, maybe missing, for whatever reason, and now being deleted because of the judicial officers.
Sir, you have been very kind. I just have one question. Sir, I have been reporting from the ground. Many people, even holding passports, they have been deleted, sir. I'm just seeking a justification for people holding passports have been deleted from the voter list.
See, people having passports deleted from the voter list, it is that thing. What I tell you is that whatever ECI has done, I'm telling you, or whatever the CEO has done on the edges of ECI and whatever has happened as per the RP Act 1960, has been that 58 lakhs names have been deleted because of ASDD. We started on 27/10/2025 with 7 crore 66 lakhs. After the exercise of full month and all, where all the BLOs went to each and every house, enumeration forms are distributed, entire exercise, 58 plus names were deleted. You go to my site, open each and every assembly constituency from 1 Mikliganj onwards, and you see each and every booth. You will find the name of each and every ASDD voter. Suppose 100 voters have been deleted in booth number 1 of Mikliganj 1 AC. You can go and see out of the 100, full clarity will be there, how many are absentee, how many dead, how many shifted, how many duplicate, and how many others. And there will be a minute of the meeting signed by the BLO and by the BLAs. So this, we have accounted for 58 lakhs. Might be some mistakes have come in, that is why the provision was there. In case any mistake is there, you can file Form 6, 7 or 8. And those documents also came, but not many came. Then after that, what ECI has deleted, from 7.08 crore we started. Then ECI has deleted another 5.62 crore lakhs only. Only 5.62 lakhs have been deleted. Rest, which were that thing problematic cases, where the documentation was not clear or legible, or some other problems were there. Those were sent in for adjudication based on the order of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. So these cases are there in the adjudication. Now anybody who has been taken out by ECI in the 58 lakhs or 5.62 lakhs, they can always come and appeal back to the ERO, DO and all as per section 24 of the RP Act. And if in case they have got valid documents, they can appeal and they can come through. But those who go by after adjudication by judicial officers, I cannot comment on that, but that machinery is not under me. That's a special dispensation done by the Supreme Court under Article 142 of the Constitution. Under extraordinary circumstances, extraordinary powers were utilized, extraordinary new dispensation was created, which is a sort of uncharted territory for us up till now.
Imagine, passport holding people have been deleted, and the Election Commission's office has got no concrete response as what happens to those who have been deleted. The Election Commission's office has no concrete answer as how many Form 6 they have received. The Election Commission's office has got no response as how many people have been added. The Election Commission's office is also literally skirting the responsibility to identify those people who have walked in with bag full of documents as who they are. But the Election Commission's office is certainly very happy that out of all the matters which were there pending for adjudication, about 80% of them have been disposed of, and that they are working in a very transparent manner. Let's buy that. Let's buy that. At this point in time, this is how the space outside the Election Commission CEO's office looks like. And the uncertainty that you have been reporting from the ground stays as a truth for now. For those who have been adjudicated and deleted, doesn't really matter if they have got valid documents or not. All that matters that even after having valid documents, they may not be considered as a valid voter for Bengal Election 2026 because the tribunal is yet to be formed and yet to take up matters and yet to decide the fate of lakhs of voters. One thing is certain, and I so love the response. ये सरकारी दफ्तर है, इतनी सच्चाई भी नहीं बोलनी चाहिए. ये सरकारी दफ्तर है, काम करने के लिए पैसा लगता है, हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं, ये सरकारी नियम है. I mean, even in a sugar-coated manner, it is an admission. सरकारी दफ्तर शायद ढीला है. Deal with it. Along with Deepanita and Sonakshi here in Kolkata, this is Samal Shah for News the Truth. NTT minded questions will be asked.